Hi, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be telling you where the Zur is, his random rolls, my recommendations for March 4th, 2022. It's going to be the last Zur before the Witch Queen raid. So if you want to do the Vow of the Disciple, you could find some interesting stuff from him. So let's go ahead and take a look. First up, you can find him here on the tower. So just head over to the hangar section of the tower in the top left section right next to the precipice. This is a high overview, of something he's got. And of course, the other page has the other things. Oh, and exotic cipher quest. Oh, we gotta make sure to pick that up. Oh, the first thing he's got is everything. No, the first thing he's got is gonna be the exotic weapon known as MERCILESS. Now, MERCILESS is actually not a bad weapon. Like, the fact that I never use it is usually indicative of it not being good, but it's actually not a bad weapon, especially after they finally freaking fix the conserve momentum. If you don't know, non-lethal hits with projectiles of this weapon make it charge faster until the wielder gets a kill. And I'm pretty sure as it charges faster, it starts doing a little bit less damage. I think that's an adjustment that made people like it less. And the other one is like kill clip, but also it's just straight up kill clip. Yeah. I don't know why it's called impetus. The best part about this is obviously going to be this part. It makes it so it fires really fast, especially if it's a boss that you're not killing. You just fire really fast. And the catalyst, I forget what it does. I think it's stability, but I can't remember. Overall, this is definitely a nice PvE weapon, although it may not be worth an exotic slot, especially now that fusion rifle's out of the artifact. Following, oh fuck, they're all low power again. I think this is going to be a theme. Following that, for the Hunter Exotic, we have the Sealed AHAMKARA Grasp. Dealing melee damage, reloads your currently equipped weapon. Essentially a better version of Grave Robber in an exotic, which not a lot of people find a lot of use for. Because, again, you can have Grave Robber, or you can have Marksman's Dodge. You have a lot of opportunities to fill this need, especially considering that most people would use this with like a shotgun, so you don't have to reload every single shell. It's just not something that people really need that much. Imagine you have the power of an AHAMKARA in your grasp. What do? You reload your weapon by punching. Following that, for the Titan exotic, we have the One-Eyed Mask. Now, the One-Eyed Mask is a very popular PvP exotic for the Titans. Even back in the past, it used to be incredibly overpowered after it got nerfed like 5 different times, and it's still like a top 5 PvP exotic for the Titans for sure. You highlight targets who dare to damage you, which is just a silhouette. You can see them against some fungal background, but you cannot see them through walls, and you track down the target and destroy them from an overshield. And the vengeance timer of how frequently you could do this is pretty generous, and getting that overshield is always very useful. Beyond that, it's actually not a terrible exotic for PvE as well, especially in raids. If you find yourself dying a lot, you could be costing yourself or your team a lot more than needing to have Falling Star on, for example. So you might want to use this exotic instead. And it has an ornament, which I don't have. Following that, for the Warlock exotic, we have the Getaway Artist. Wow, that doesn't look like a really cool exotic. Let's put on one of the special, it's got some special stuff. The Getaway Artist, actually a very fun exotic. Basically, you convert your arc grenades into a supercharged arc soul. So a little turret that shoots over your shoulder. It shoots more in a burst. It shoots more frequently. They're faster moving projectiles. It is a better arc soul. And furthermore, if you are using the Attunement of Elements, the one where you can spawn an arc soul from walking into the rift, you can actually recharge the sentient arc soul for 20 seconds, up to 20 seconds, by walking into that rift. So you can have that up for a much longer period of time. Overall, it's a fun exotic, and it can be used in PvP and PvE alike. Problem is that Arc isn't super strong without Stag. After that, let's take a look at the legendary weapons. First up, the Royal Chase, a 180 scout rifle, which I actually like 180s and 200s. Those are definitely my favorite. And it has some decent perks, although I don't think Grave Robber really fits scout rifles. The rest of it is fairly decent. You could probably do better with something like this, though. After that, probably something a lot of people are looking forward to, the Friction Fire. 600 RPM, which is a kinetic one. I believe the new 600 RPM is also kinetic, so maybe people are looking to replace that stuff. But the perks on here are really not that great. Following that, we have the VULPECULA, which is Encore Multi-Kill Clip, which is a pretty decent roll for this kind of weapon, although I would like to see a bit more range on it. Reload speed is okay, accuracy is amazing. Would like to see extended barrel and, of course, a range masterwork, but fairly good. I would say this is definitely like the top like 10, maybe 20% of this kind of weapon. After that, we have the TRUTHTELLER, which has field prep quick draw, which is not a bad combination. Also has a bit of spike grenades and a reload masterwork. I'd say, oh, and hard launch too. This is definitely very close to being the best. However, I will keep in mind that this actually has auto loading right here, and in my opinion, that is the best. I think it also has blinding grenades. Is one of the, well, obviously it can have blinding grenades, but I forget what's possible in this column. I do know it has auto loading, and I do know I have one. So this is pretty close close. Definitely a really good version of this weapon. After that, we have a Cartesian coordinate. Ooh, lead from gold swashbuckler. I believe this can do lead from gold vorpal. And it has liquid coils, which is actually nice because it gives you more impact. Overall damage is really nice, and a charge time. I would recommend this. This is not the best possible version because it's not Vorpal, obviously, but it is pretty damn close, and Swashbuckler is not bad either. So I would highly recommend this if you don't have a good fusion rifle. Cartesian is one of the best. After that, we have negative space, which is tireless whirlwind. Whirlwind is alright, although I believe it can have relentless, and that is definitely a lot better. And of course, jagged is preferred in this column as well. After that, we have the frozen orbit. No distractions, quick draw. I believe this can actually have snapshot, which is often better, but it depends on your needs. Overall, though, I'm not a big fan of this roll because, again, it can have snapshot. After that, the legendary armors. I believe somebody said that these legendary armors all have exactly the same stats across all of the different pieces and all the different classes. And this is a very weird distribution, and 48 is not good. I'm very disappointed in the Xur these days because I really liked looking at these different things and getting stats and filling in gaps. That was just something good to see. And of course, finally, we have the exotic weapons. We have Hawkmoon, which actually has a quick draw roll, which is better than last time with Eye of the Storm. It had polygonal, alloy, and then combat grip. Definitely not what you're looking for. I think you want extended barrel, you want ranged finder, heavy grip, and I forget what this could be. Maybe Accurize or something like that. You definitely want to try to put as much range and handling as you can on this weapon. It already has a lot of handling, but handling is always nice, and range is something that this definitely lacks on as far as hand cannons go. Outside of that, quick draw and surplus are decent, different options, so this is a decent one. But again, you can do better. And finally, the Dead Man's Tale, which is moving target. Moving target's not the best on this, but it does depend where you're going to be using it. Steady rounds is okay. Short action is, again, okay, because handling is a little bit of a necessity here, but yeah, I think you can do better. I forget what the best combination on DMT is, but I think you can do better. And also, can I just say one of the ornaments here? Ah, beautiful! I don't know, it looks so cool. Outside of that, make sure you're picking up your exotic engrams. Now, these things will actually give you armor that's high stat roll. And of course, it will be an exotic you've never received before if you don't have them all. And this one is a spiky spiky distribution and high resilience. I don't know if I'm gonna ever use this, but it's at least it's high stat roll. And the last pro tip I'll say is that you can actually use the Xur to buff your other characters. You can see right here that these are all 1540 for all the different exotic armors for all of the different classes. Now, I have actually not played on any of my other two characters, so bringing over a 1540 and a 1540 to those characters will vastly increase their capabilities. And keep in mind, you can buy both of these gloves and these helmets right now for your other characters. You can infuse that into one of their armor pieces, and then the next time the Xur comes around, you can do it again if they're still behind. I mean, I don't know, it's probably worth it. I love the confidence. I don't know, it's probably worth it. And hey, if you haven't seen it already, what is the ship doing on my soccer field? If you haven't seen it already, I do live stream right after these videos, as well as all the times on screen right now. Oftentimes doing open lobbies for raids, for seasonal stuff, for powerfuls, for pinnacles. Very often open lobby, and of course, we're gonna be doing the raid tomorrow, day 1 raid. Don't expect to finish it, but it depends how hard the raid is. We'll see. So if you wanna go check that out, link in the description down below. Wait, no. We stream on YouTube. Sorry, I'm still in the Twitch mindset. We stream on YouTube, so just stick around. You'll see the notification. And hey, just for you getting all the way to this section of the video, I just wanted to put some cute animals on screen because honestly, you truly deserve it. And I really like putting cute animals in my videos, and I forgot about this, so I think I should do this more often. And of course, while you're brainwashed by these animals, I just wanted to say thank you to my patrons on Patreon. You see that? So smooth. Specifically, a big thank you to Mama Dad, Chris Thompson, Dr. Strange, Kelly Allen, Mindy Subakmas, Raymond Shoner, Union Panther, Casey Reagan for their support on Patreon. And that's it. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name's Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.